Welcome back to another episode of the That's Rank podcast, where we rank your ideas on the fly. My name is Liam.
My name is Rob.
And my name is Ben.
Oh, Ben Sutton. Look at him. He's here joining us for tonight's episode of the That's Rank podcast. Ben, lovely creative man, Ben. He's a good friend. He's a lovely man.
Comedy icon, creative dilettante.
Creative dilettante.
All around extraordinary human being, Ben Sutton.
Thank you. You can't go wrong with an intro like that, can you?
I'm here googling what dilettante means. Goodness me.
Yeah, I like a bit of dilettante. Yeah,
it's a good word. It
is, isn't it? Yeah.
But no, Ben's very, very kindly joined us for tonight's guest rank. Very kind of him. Now, Ben.
Yes.
Welcome aboard. Tell us what you know about this lovely podcast called the That's Rank podcast. What do you know about us?
Okay, so you guys traditionally sit around, you have a subject, you spin a wheel.
Oh, yes.
And then the subject comes up and then you spend about 5 minutes a piece ranking them.
Oh, he knows.
Incredible. Incredible.
He knows, not only is that right, Ben, but it's also correct.
Well, I mean... when I do tests, it's been a while since I've done a test, but I say that to them. I'm like, I don't just want to be right. I want to be correct.
Right. And that's what we're all about here. That's what we're all about. But we do get 5 minutes each. Dream big, that's right. So yes, we do. You're spot on, Ben. We rank people's ideas on the fly. 5 minutes each to convince each other why ours should win the rank.
Yeah.
In a battle to what, Rob?
The death.
The death.
The death.
I mean, it's not really.
Not really to the death.
Yeah,
it's a battle to be correct.
Are you sure this is okay? Because I'm like, I should try and find a way to turn it down.
No, that was fine. That's fine.
All right, good. Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's good. It's good.
You were saying a battle to the death. Good. I'm in. Let's go. It's been a slow day. And I'm fasting for 36 hours like an idiot. So yeah.
Really?
I've been doing it Mel's been doing it for like 5 weeks. This will be my 4th week. But I'm down from like 94 kilos to 86. So
damn.
Oh, that's impressive.
You're a better man than me.
Yeah.
But hold on. 5 weeks is not 36 hours. So when you say
sorry, once a week for 36 hour fast once a week. So start Tuesday night, skip Wednesday, and then Thursday morning. Kind of cracking.
To be fair, that would be a really great way to shed weight. Is just not eat for 5 weeks. That is true.
It makes absolute sense, doesn't it? It's even people who didn't want to believe it, it's like it's just eat less. That's it. You eat less, you lose weight. Caloric deficit. They come up with all these big words for it, but it's like I'm hangry as well. Is the point I'm getting at? I'm kind of like to the death. Let's go. I'm hangry.
That's what I'm actually quite worried about this now, Rob, because if that's where he's at, then what chance do we possibly get?
We don't want to poke the bear.
We don't want to poke the bear. No, that's right. Jesus, he's here for it. I
feel like I'm on a wrestling show now. Like,
well, I'm not fasting, but I am heavier. So, I'm going to bring that energy to the...
Let gravity do its thing.
Well, I mean, we have to vote at the end, Rob. Thankfully, that's probably our only saving grace tonight is we can vote. So it's not going to be Ben tearing his way through us because it's a battle to the death.
That's true.
I hope
it could work in our advantage. If it's a food one, for example, that would be like really, if it's a food one, that could get really spicy. I could get spicy.
Do you know what is scary? I just realized that Ben is in proximity to me to actually come to my house and kill me while this is still filming and get back to his lovely comfy chair there.
I'll disappear from this view and just be in the window there. Like one of the windows through the blinds. Liam, I know you're in there. Yeah. I'll be right back.
Second floor too. It's impressive.
What do we got? Let's do it.
Well, we're gonna find out. Oh, he's shit, Rob. We have to do the socials quickly. If people want to give us ideas for the rank, how can they get in touch with us and give us those ideas?
They can write in at that'srankpod@gmail, on Insta, on Threads, on the Facebook, on the YouTube. That's Rank Pod, and no longer on the X. I must say
we're not on the X.
Good. We
refuse to X.
Your exes. You've split.
We're X's.
We're X's.
The X is our X.
What do you think about that rebranding? Just quickly.
I think it's hilarious.
Is it needed?
No, not at all. It's an ego trip. But do you know what's fun? Do you know who has the letter X trademarked for business purposes?
Charles Xavier.
Well, Microsoft and Facebook, but Meta has
Patrick Stewart.
Both Meta and Microsoft have X trademarked in different forums. So he hasn't even got it there. He also didn't even have the @X username. He stole that from someone today.
That's mine now.
Mine now. But it's actually incredible because it's so unique to create a new verb to tweet. Like you've created a verb. It's so unique.
Yeah.
And now you've just you put that little bird in a cage and you put that bird in cement shoes and thrown it into the river. Like it's gone.
Although I do like the idea of Elon Musk having an MMA fight with Elon Musk for the with Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart? Yeah, that's it, isn't it? For the branding of X. I do like it.
Patrick Stewart?
Yeah.
I like the idea of Elon Musk just going bankrupt in spectacular fashions due to his idiocracy, and we all get to sit back and watch it.
It's really, I still don't know what to think because I'm like, whenever he does something, you kind of go, what?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Hey?
Yeah, he wants to fight a cyborg in the MMA cages. That's crazy. What's he thinking? He's he thinking?
Strange man.
That I get because they're two people that have been bullied and beaten up, and and now they're like, "I'll show them. I know how to fight. I'm not afraid anymore." It's like that bit in Donnie Darko where that kid screams that, "I'm not afraid anymore." That's what they are. I'm sure. Don't get me wrong. They choke you out, but they just take it too seriously. It's like, come on, fellas.
Yeah, they do. They like to get their name in the magazines.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. I would never choke anyone out unless you test me.
Unless they ask me to.
Well, also that. Fair shout. All right. Are we ready, gents? Are we ready to spin the old wheelie woo here?
Yes.
I don't have it up there. I don't have it up there tonight because I've got done myself a bit of a mischief. So it's down here tonight, and I'm going to give it a big old spin. And you'll be glad to know, Rob, I have the list ready to go.
Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Okay.
We can all grow.
Listen to that.
Turns out we can do things better.
Okay. What's the number? Can you see it?
Number 11. Legs 11.
Legs 11.
What's the bingo phrase? We should actually know the bingo phrases for our 21 numbers. We've only got 21 numbers.
I'm sure my mum always goes, legs 11. Whoop, woo. Like she also does, unlucky for some, 12.
12.
Yeah.
Finally. I like it. Finally, 13 shrugged.
That's right.
Totally,
my mum says, if you unlucky for some, 12. I guess.
Well, gentlemen, this is almost serendipitous. The talk of X, the talk of Twitter.
Oh.
Number 11 just so happens to be, what is the most addictive app? What is the most addictive app?
What's the most addictive app?
Addictive app. You couldn't make this shit up. We're talking about flipping old mate Elon and Zuckers, and we get the most addictive app. Now, are you guys avid phone users? Do you use your phone?
Yeah, daily.
Honestly, at this point in time, if the answer is not,
what kind of detective are you? No, first things first. Do you use your phone?
Listen here, mate.
You listen down.
You listen here, buddy. If you'd said no, I'd have some further questions.
That's right.
But you said yes.
They would have catch you out lying. Then you could have they start doing backflips.
No. I'm onto you.
Do you have a phone?
That's how Columbo would have done it. It's a shame Columbo was the pre-phone days, because I would love to see him running around now.
And another question: do you have a phone?
We do spend a lot of time daily on these bad boys, on these suckers.
Okay, so is this the most addictive for us or at large, like people? Like,
well, that's a very good question. Now, on the That's Rank podcast, we actually don't really set any rules or boundaries.
All right.
So you can take this however you'd like. That's all right. Readjust. Get yourself comfy.
Yep.
That's all right. You're getting prepared for your battle. Yes. Your battle rank. No, we set no boundaries. We set nothing. It's all you. It's all how you want to interpret it. It's how you argue it to us, and whether we want to vote for you at the end.
Yes. And can we have an exact reading of the question, please, Liam?
Of the topic? Yeah, sure thing. One second.
Of the topic.
See, that's how addicted I am. I'm looking at my phone. It's on my computer screen.
Yes.
1 second. It's just the most addictive app. The most addictive.
The most addictive app.
It
app
doesn't
being
even
appliance.
Well, I don't think so. I think it means application.
Well, that's true. I don't refer to my toaster as my app.
I don't.
Hey, I got this new app. What is it? It's a kettle. It's fantastic. No, app is strictly used for appliances in the digital realm, isn't it? I guess that's my point.
I would say so.
Even though it's short for appliance.
if you want to go down the road of the appliance, please be my guest.
Great, though, wouldn't it? If they were like, you want a cup of tea, coffee? All right, I'm just going to Bluetooth to the kettle to set the temperature.
No, you can do
that's coming just to make it it hard.
Yeah,
I have a radio now where it's one button and music rather than. I have to sync this, like such an old man.
It would be though. I'd be like, and then I'd tag you. I'd be like, coffee for Ben at Ben Coffee, and then it will just start automatically making your favorite coffee.
Percolating. That I do like. That I'm on board with.
Actually, that would be amazing. Maybe lying in bed and setting your coffee order, and then so you just have to wake up and the coffee's there ready for you when you get out of bed.
That's it. If you're coming home and you want a coffee, it's got your GPS tracking, so it's like, okay, you're in proximity. I've started percolating already. When you get through the door, it's brewed, it's ready.
Oh. And you get through the door, you're like, I don't feel like a coffee app. I'm like, I'm so sorry. You had a bad day today.
Folds itself away.
not before very slowly tipping it into the sink.
Yeah, it's a chastity. No. Well, because we did call it the nanny state, and it's like actually nannies do have a purpose. Like a nanny does take care of you, makes you drinks, gets you food, makes you bed. So there's pros to the nanny state. That's all I've got to say.
So you're saying the nanny state is no longer us being just super soft on everything. It's now we need a nanny, and that nanny is right here in our hands. Tuck me in, please.
Oh, Mr. Sheffield. I mean, maybe. that's the nanny state. No joke, that is the nanny state where we're coming. We are becoming that nanny state.
Thing is, though, whenever I think of the nanny doing that now, tucking anyone in, she's also telling them about the writer's strike and how, that's right. That now.
Mr. Sheffield, you really should pay your writers.
Miss Fine!
I hadn't seen Fran Drescher. What's it? Is that?
Yeah, Fran Drescher.
Yeah, Fran Drescher.
I hadn't seen Fran Drescher in years. And there she was, on the front line, just giving it to the...
Honestly,
whoa, okay.
I didn't even know she existed after the nanny. Like I can remember two things of Fran Drescher. One was the nanny, and one was this random episode of Rove where she was on, and she just started talking about the most fantastic orgasm she had ever had. And I can still see Rove's face going, oh, Fran, okay, all right. Cool. And then, like you said, all of a sudden SAG.
Yeah. The front and center, giving it. It's like, great.
Well, she's had a lot of accomplishments too. Like she's done a lot of work in domestic violence. Like I think she's actually got laws through Congress. She's had an incredible amount of success. And she created The Nanny, which was a hugely successful show. Yeah. In fact, I've just done a quick Google, and she also... in what must be one of my all-time favorite names for an award. She's a recipient of the John Wayne Institute Woman of Achievement Award. The John Duke. Wayne.
Stay with the Duke Award.
The John Wayne's Woman of Achievement Award. I mean, John Wayne. of all the people to attach a name to an award for women, John Wayne.
Did John Wayne used to personally pick the woman? Is John Wayne swagger and that one?
People don't actually know it's actually after John Wayne Gacy, so it's a different person. But that's okay.
Man, I had no idea she had that kind of career. Like, again, after The Nanny, I didn't really follow her career. But no. Smashing it.
Smashing it. She's doing well. Now, see,
Fighting
this is what I talk about. This is what I mean, Ben. You don't have to worry about getting off tangent. We do that all the time. Ranking. Who's got time for that? No, I'm just joking. We do have to do serious business, gentlemen. Serious business. Now, we offer this up to all the guests, Ben.
Yes.
What position would you like to go? Would you like to rank first? Would you like to go in the middle? Would you like to go last? Where would you like to fall into this 5-minute throwdown?
Ooh.
Actually, before you answer, Rob, should we explain some of the strategy behind going in either of those places?
Yeah,
we shall. If you do go first, it means you can get out ahead because someone can't steal your idea, for example.
Gotcha.
But it can backfire because you can sometimes be listening to other people talk about their idea, and you can go, oh, you can kind of get ideas.
It's a counter to that.
It's a bit of a counter to that. So, and you have a bit more time, obviously, as well. You've got more time to think about it if you go last.
Go on.
Because we then rank the idea, and the person who goes last has to rank first, just so you're aware as well. That's the other part.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
So if you do yours first, you're the last person to throw down your ideas. That shouldn't really matter because you're probably just doing your own.
Yeah.
What would you suggest for someone who's new?
Well, I can say that we've only had one other guest since Taryn's gone, and he was very keen to go first.
Yeah. If you've got the idea, I suggest going first because then you'll be able to, when we rank it, you'll be able to kind of, you won't be on the spot to rank.
But there's absolutely no pressure. He's going? Yeah, he's going first.
I was like, I'm keen to go first. That way I don't have anything to compare to.
That's true. All right. Well, Mr. Ben, are you ready for your 5 minutes to begin?
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, begin.
All right, hang on. So, it's the apps. Okay. So,
yes.
the most addictive apps, I'm ranking them. Is there a certain number?
No. You're giving us one. I'm going to stop your clock. I'm going to stop your clock. I'm going to start it again. You get one. You get
it's like an anxiety nightmare. I was like, I misunderstood. Stop laughing. I misunderstood.
I'm so sorry. My apologies. No. I'm sorry, man. We should have explained. Probably.
No. I was like, all right, yeah, give me it. Then I was like, no, I've already got it. Great. Okay, so it's the app that's most addictive.
The most addictive app. You got one. You got 5 minutes to tell us why it's the most addictive app. Okay. Ready?
I go, oh God, sorry. How dark do you want to go here?
You can go as dark as you want, man.
As dark as you want. You can go, it's the web.
It's the web, man.
All right.
Ready? All right, Benny, I believe. Ready, set, go.
Okay. The most addictive app. We got to be specific about this one, like
whatever. You got 5 minutes. It's a long time.
All right.
Minutes,
okay. So surely we've got to go with betting apps.
Good answer.
Damn it.
I hate to kind of just be. I was like, I could go another one here where people are dancing and stuff, but really, I think these ones. I mean, that's all it takes these days, isn't it? Anyone can do it. I could create content. So these ones, the betting apps, they're the insidious little ones where they tap into you, and who love this is the thing. What is it they say? Like bread and circus. People love sporting events. They love everything like that. We all love that. We get on board with that. But they tap into that by kind of going, how good's this? Also, the advertising strategy. Which is kind of like, how fun's this? I love the way they do it. They go, how fun's this? This is the best fun. Get your mates involved. Yeah. But don't overdo it. Gamble responsibly, idiot. No, we mean it.
That's quite new, isn't it? That the whole little thing at the end where it's kind of like, what's gambling really doing to you?
Yeah, because they know that it's all lip service. Because you know what happens if people do actually gamble responsibly? The bottom falls out of the business model for gambling entirely. That's what happens. The moment people actually start gambling responsibly, it just they're So the whole thing, and I actually really enjoy the adverts. The bloke who does the voiceover, where he's I
Good
love
now, you on Sportsbet.
He's great. So, and I've also got friends who are on some of those adverts, and
Job.
So I enjoy that aspect of it, but at the same time, the way that apparently the stats are in, it's just like bleeding people dry, especially young men, and it's everywhere. Like it's just like you can't even get away from it. It's on your phone now, and I'm always glad that I don't know, like plenty of other things, but gambling is not something I've inherited. So I've always managed to stay out of that. But
smart.
Yeah, but the gambling apps, by far the most addictive apps. How long have I got?
Like 2.5 minutes, but you don't have to take it if you don't want to.
Oh no, I'm
You
going
don't have to take it if you. Okay, good.
I'm going to take this. I mean, I'll probably just repeat myself and just say the same thing of like.
No, I do that all the time. It's okay.
The other thing that I found as well is because I watched this thing, and this is the gambling app. It's like, because it's all digital now, you really can control the whole playing field. So, like, there was a doco years ago I watched where this guy was looking at the mechanical
the slots
machines,
the
slots, and so he was looking at that and then the digital ones, and he said, you've got more chance at winning on an actual mechanical one with wheels than you do of playing one that I've sort of engineered, because I control every aspect of it. And so that thing as humans that we love, where we put money into it, and then we put $100 in, we get 90 back, and we kind of go, oh, I didn't do that bad, but I'll keep.
I won.
I won, and so that
I won $90.
And the dopamine here. I mean, you cannot actually. Here's where I'm going to to the death. You cannot argue me that someone. You cannot argue that the dopamine hit that you get from these betting apps as well, because it's not just something on another platform. I don't know if I'm allowed to say other platforms, but all those other platforms where it's cool. No. You get a bit of satisfaction, TikTok, whatever, but you're putting real currency, real stuff into your bank account. So there's that double whammy of the lights, the flashing, all of that stuff, the dopamine, and then currency in your bank account. So, and then of course,
from your bank account.
Exactly. I was going to say most of the time it probably works the other way around. So there's that, and who doesn't like flashing a bit of cash? Like, everybody wants that high risk, and especially if your life as well is a bit kind of mundane, or if it's pretty regular and routine. And so, because a friend of mine who I never thought would gamble, he was selling insurance at the time, and he said, I just wanted something in my life to feel like it was going to be different, because everything was the same. So all of the stuff that's feeding into that, those betting apps are, by far the most addictive, dare I say, dangerous, but entertaining. So keep that up. But gamble responsibly. No, we mean it. But don't. And the onus is on you, you idiots. This is like putting all processed food out there and kind of going, you're fat because you're. It's like, no. You've set it up that way.
4, 3, 2, 1. Ben, well done. You did it. You bet with your mates. Now on Sportsbet.
Oh my God!
You do. If they ever need a replacement, they're coming to you.
They're coming to you.
Come hit me up.
It is the vaping of apps, though, isn't it? It's like the thing that they never should have let that one out of the box.
No. And look, and I will be the first to admit, and I'm sure it's no secret, that I like a cheeky punt. I like a cheeky punt. Now, I had the benefit of working at the casino for a while, so I saw the flip side of what it does to people. So I know how to keep a bit of a lid on it. And anytime someone says to you, "Oh man, I just won $650 in this multi," did you? Well done. And how much have you spent to get that $650? Remember about all that stuff. That's just flying out into the ether. Like, money doesn't matter. So no, Ben, you son of a bitch. That was a good one. That was fantastic.
I think I was going to go with that one too. That's an example of why you go first, is because you can get it. You can get it in.
Yeah, and like the truest form of addiction as well.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was really torn though between that one because I'm like, well, it's so straightforward, and then as opposed to some of the other apps where you could just waffle for ages about the feeling that it gives you.
That's true, which is what we're gonna have to do now because you just took that one. You bastard! All right, Rob, I'm gonna go next. I think it's
what?
It's been a while since I've been in the middle, so I'm gonna go.
Go middle.
I usually offer it out to everybody. But
you've just taken it. You've just taken it.
You reckon I've taken it?
No, you quite literally just took it.
I did. Oh, yes.
I saw that.
I do reckon.
You're right.
I do reckon. But you please.
These detective skills of yours. Oh, you think that, do you? Yeah, I just witnessed it. Like, well, right you are. All right, then. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Do you know, every time I do this to myself, though.
You're one mistake.
Yeah, that's right.
I think my one mistake is always putting myself in the situation, because as soon as I do this and I take myself a spot, I feel pressure. I just feel pressure. No matter how many times I do this, I feel pressure. But
that's good for us, though, right? Because then there's more chance that you'll crumble.
Yeah.
That is true. Okay.
And that's what we're here for.
I was like, you promise you'll crumble? Great, I'll be there.
I'll volley crumble. So I was looking at my phone because I was too addicted to it. I was looking at news stories. No, I've got my timer up. I'm going to start my timer right about now. So Ben, you're right. You did take away the most addictive app in terms of financial value and stuff like that. Gambling is addictive, everyone knows. But I think that the mobile phone apps have done very well in basically turning anything into an addiction. Like, people just sit there for hours mindlessly. Doesn't matter where you are. I could be at the lift at work. I could be on the toilet. I could be walking to the bus, not paying attention to my surroundings because I'm too busy scrolling my little thumb through Reddit. Reddit is, I think, the most addictive app. And here's why. Here's why, might I say. There is everything on that stupid app. Like, everything. You can get everything from children's toys to how to make them, through to world news, through to hentai if you're into that stuff, like everything, the wide swath from A to Z, it's all there. But how much of it do you really actually absorb and take in? I'm guessing very little. Very little. You might look at a news story, you might read the title, and you might be like, yeah, that's sick, cool, done, next story. It's kind of the method, right? It's the method. It's what people do. They twiddle their thumbs and move along. But here's what I think is the most addictive thing about Reddit. I don't get involved in this, but I think that it is the most addictive thing for people who are on Reddit. And that's just getting involved in lovely conversations with people they don't know, and then just like calling people out. Well, you don't know anything. What do you know about right wingers versus left wingers? Oh, it's the best. You're gonna like things like the atheist group, and you've got people who are talking about atheism, but then you get the Christians jumping in there and the Muslims jumping in there, and they're like, well, what about this? And they're like, no, it's not that at all. You don't understand this. And the atheists, they're going, yeah, but guys, none of it really matters, does it? Nah. You know, it's a beautiful amalgamation of every single person on the planet who's on Reddit. Not everyone's on Reddit because some people are clever. I'm not one of those people. I spend a lot of time on that app, but I have similar to the gambling. I have my lane. You know, I've got my lane, so I can kind of handle that addiction just a little bit. I know I'm checking the wrestling news because I don't want to watch 3 hours of wrestling a week. It's just silly. So I go there for that. I'll sometimes look at cute dogs. Oh, guys, come on now. You cannot tell me that you would not sit there and scroll for hours on end just looking at dogs doing stupid shit or cats doing stupid shit. Of course you would. Of course you would. And you're alive, you say that you wouldn't. I fucking would, and I fucking do. I'll do it all the time. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like as soon as this podcast finishes, I'll go have a shower. I'll jump into that bed, and do you know what I'm doing?
You're on Reddit.
Yeah, I'll be on Bumble for a couple of minutes, and then I'm on Reddit. And I'm on Reddit, and I'm going to be scrolling through until I fall asleep. And could I tell you what I'm looking at? Not a clue. Not a clue. It's just mindless dribble, and that's what we're accustomed to now, right? We just hold it here, and it passes time. I think it speaks something like Ben said, like you kind of have something, that bit of hole to fill. You don't really know what that hole is, but this does the job of just, you know, just doing it. I was thinking, I'm going to see how much time I got left because my phone turned off. Guys, I got a new phone, and it doesn't work.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
It doesn't work?
No, it works fine. I just don't know how to use it. But you know what happened here? I have read it.
You figured out the timer. No one can call Liam. He can't send any messages, but he can set the timer. That's the most important part.
So here we go. I'm gonna get Reddit up, and I'm just gonna look at this. Oh, the what the fuck? What the fuck's great. So you got people, like all sorts of fucked up shit as well. Like if you want to feel really good about yourself, maybe that's what it is. You just feel good about yourself. So you look at like what the fuck or shitty tattoos and see the terrible tattoos people have got. Haven't seen myself on there yet, which is fantastic. You can go onto all sorts. It's also see, Ben. You don't have to worry about it. I repeat myself too, over and over again. When I get a topic that I'm not super confident in, this is what I do. Sometimes I just start again halfway through. I've done that too before as well. But look, I've got a minute left. I don't think I'm gonna beat the one that Ben said. So I'm gonna yield the rest of my time, which is a rare thing for me to do. But I think I probably should have chosen. I'm not going to say I should have chosen a different app. Reddit is addictive as fuck. No regrets. No regrets. Yeah. Reddit is addictive as fuck. It really, truly is. But I don't have much more to say about it other than it takes your time.
Well, it's a conduit for all your interests and passions by the sounds of things. But more importantly, it actually allows people to fight over those passions and interests. And that's really that's why people go to social media.
That's democracy.
That's true.
That's why we have things we enjoy, to fight over them.
That's right.
It's
important to start the conversation and then sometimes end it.
Man, do you guys like the same things I like? No. Fuck you.
I do not.
That's exactly right. And that's what it is. That's what it is though, right? It's just like, how can you not like this? How could you not like Taylor Swift's new song? You heathen.
Hey.
What?
I'd like Tay-Tay.
No, that was just a general.
Okay.
Out there. But
I thought you were trolling me.
It's good to know you're a Swiftie though. It's always good to know. Now I know what to get you for your birthday.
Spotify.
So Spotify. Can you get those?
I don't know. Can you gift people albums now? Or you can't, can you?
I think you can, but this is what I love about it, though. It's gone back to vinyl now. Like, it's kind of going backwards. It skips CDs because like owning a CD isn't like inherently cool anymore, but owning vinyl definitely is. So I think if you're going to gift anyone any sort of music, it's going to be yourself a cheeky vinyl. That's what I reckon.
Yeah,
I reckon. Oh God, I suffered through that. I did it again. This is why I normally go. I just didn't like my 5.
Oh, I didn't like my 5. We do more though, right?
No,
this is it.
No,
just one a pop.
You get one a pop, and then we vote on who's the best.
That's it.
So
right. Wow. So you fucked it then, mate. Sorry.
Oh, Ben. It's true. Oh man. All right,
Rob.
Well, thank goodness it's Rob's turn.
Jesus, I'm a bit overwhelmed now with choice. Because I've got lots of different angles I could take right now.
Wow.
I
couldn't think of anything but Reddit and gambling. That's all I could think about.
Well, I can think of. I mean, there's a few. I could think of a few. I've got a few rattling around in my head, and there's one that I think I could argue. Which I think you could argue kind of any of the socials. Has my time started?
No, it's not.
I think we should start it. Let's do it.
You can start it.
It's going to force you to. That's the thing. It's like so many options. I want to go again after this.
There's honorable mentions afterwards. It's okay. You got honorable. You'll have your time to shine again once again. And here we go, Mr. Rob. Your 5 minutes starts in 3, 1, go.
Well, addictive social media apps. Or addictive apps actually was the question. So I was torn in many directions because there's. I guess I could argue social media, but you've also kind of Reddit social media. So I'm not too keen to go down that path. And I'm not too keen. I'm making quite an active choice to get off the socials altogether, to be honest. And I've been moderately successful. Every now and then I relapse.
It's pretty addictive, though.
So I'm torn between going down like a low risk option or a high risk, potentially high reward option, which is the option I'm going to take.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
My most addictive app is my calendar app. Because it's the only app that tells me what to do and I do it.
Oh, I thought my answer was that. All right, go on. Go on.
When my calendar app tells me something that I need to be somewhere, I'm like, oh, Jesus, the calendar's talking to me. I have to do it. I drop everything to live my life according to the calendar app. It's like I have no free will anymore. It's all just buried in a Monday to Sunday kind of list of social events that are booked 3, 4, 5 months in advance of a work schedule that's locked in. And every day I have no conscious thought anymore. I wake up and I look at the calendar app and I obey. I obey what the calendar app tells me to do.
Subservient.
Okay, I shall go to work and I shall be there at 8 o'clock. Rob, I probably overly use my calendar app, to be honest, because I put all my tasks in the calendar app. So like my calendar app, I'll literally say, calendar app, call mum, water plants, do washing.
Call mum?
Yeah. About something, for example.
You put in your calendar to call mum about something.
No, I don't. I call my mum. No, maybe that's not a good example. It might be call Liam, or it might be like, okay, maybe it's not a call. Maybe that was, I led with the worst possible example. Damn it. But it will be like a task to do, like it'll be to do my washing, to do my laundry, go shopping, and I'll set my shopping list in the thing. But most importantly, like I'm every time I meet someone and we're like, let's do something, they pull out the calendar app. And I'm like, where's the time? And I just try to squeeze this complicated life into these 7 columns that dictate my week. And then whenever it beeps at me, I do what the damn calendar app tells me to do. I am literally beholden to my calendar app, and I feel like a slave to it. So purely by the argument of what is most addictive, I am most addicted to my calendar app. I shall do all of its bidding, and I shall leave my 5 minutes there.
Wow. Oh, you stopped me. Just do it, Ben. You have got this is a first for us, I reckon. I'm just going to quickly stop the timer. I think you got us bamboozled, Ben. You got us bamboozled a little bit, I reckon.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just full of questions here.
Okay.
I'm like,
okay.
So
to the subservient app.
Yes. If the calendar didn't say it, would you do it? And also,
no, definitely not. Definitely
and you're
not.
also the one entering these things,
yeah.
right? It's not the calendar like some sort of Black Mirror type thing. Like, I think Liam would like to call his mother. And
then he calls me.
I think Rob would like to call his mother.
He calls me and tells me to call my mother.
That's right. Yeah, but would you? You're the one putting this in, right?
I put everything in. I put everything into the calendar app. I enter all.
You're addicted to entering
all dates. So I'm addicted to entering. I just like every day. It's like a cognitive load of tasks that I have to do, and if I don't get it done, I'll move it. I'll move it. And if it's like a random task that's not that important, I'll set it for like 4 or 5 weeks time. I'll be like, okay, in 5 weeks, think about doing this little thing that, it's been on your list for a long time. Just so I don't forget about it, Don't
you feel like overwhelmed? Like
I totally do all the time. I feel overwhelmed all the time.
And
that's why I have to put rest into my calendar app.
And while you're resting, do you then go, I should really put some more stuff in?
No, the calendar said rest.
Yeah,
you can't do anything during rest time.
It's a paradox. Okay.
It's time for slumber. I must slumber now.
I want to go. I'm tired, but the calendar hasn't told me to sleep yet.
And what are the side effects like if you don't enter something into the calendar? What are the sort of
Well, then someone calls me and they're like, "Where are you, Rob?" And I'll be like, "Oh my God, it wasn't in my calendar." And like, "Yeah, we had an appointment." And I'll be like, "Oh shit, I didn't put it in my calendar." Life falls apart.
Do you get withdrawal?
When I break
you're like, I haven't entered anything in today. I know, I need to.
Yeah. I have to make a slot. Enter into calendar. I book an appointment in to review calendar.
Even if it's just
calendar.
Don't forget to enter into calendar tomorrow. What about that? Is addicted. That's like can't leave it alone.
Addictive. Yeah, I'm addicted.
I don't even have this many appointments. I just can't stop going for it.
It's like I color code everything as well.
Do you really have to? With that much stuff on there, you'd have to.
Yeah.
So it's all into one mission.
Oh, there you go. So it's all color coded. There's all the little tasks.
Fuck. Look at that.
That's why I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, this is why when I see you want to do something, you're like, I have so much on. I have so much on. I cannot do anything, and it just says water plant.
Or rest.
Yeah, rest.
I'm busy that night, Liam. What are we doing? Resting.
I've just got a
In the
block
calendar.
here.
I've got an appointment.
Is sleep on your calendar? Is sleep in there?
Sleep is not on my calendar. No,
Well,
come on, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
You're tired all the time as well. We're solving so many problems here.
What about the weekend? When is Rob time?
Well, I'm a shift worker, so my weekends, I'm all over the shop. over the shop.
Oh, that's tricky.
So that's why I think I'm so reliant on the calendar. Is because like I could be in any given day, I could either be working or washing my plants, watering
them, just watching your plants. Your calendar, watch plants,
wash plants.
That conversation with him. Oh, that's a dirty plant. Little wash.
What have you been doing, plant?
You're covered in dirt. Take this. You're dirty. Call your mum, wash your plant.
Yeah, call mum, wash plant.
Yeah. Dude, if we ever need some merch, that's a great slogan for it. Call mum, wash plant. Oh my God.
How would I live without this?
My plants would be so dirty.
That's right.
Oh,
man.
man.
This guy's place, he had not
I would literally never speak to my mum. Like, Rob, we've been estranged for 20 years. What happened? Oh, I forgot to put it in the calendar.
That's right. It's court appearance wasn't in the calendar, guys. Not coming.
Yeah, sorry. Not my bad.
You're not going to make it. Sorry, runner. If it's not in the calendar, it's a no-go for me.
I just have to do what the calendar told me. I'm sorry.
Although I must admit, this is giving me some great ideas for pranks.
Why did you kill that man with calendar? It was kill man in calendar. I had to do it. Tomorrow's Rob Banks, so don't hold that against me either.
My God, that really is a Black Mirror episode, isn't it? The calendar told me.
You misunderstand your calendar one day. You put Rob Banks in there and you just go on Robert Bank. But all you had to do was go drop a deposit off. That's all it was. But your calendar, you got it all wrong.
What am I doing? Get on the ground. I don't know what's happening. It's in the calendar. Although if that ended up with a happy ending, you know, like you got away with it, you'd be like, oh, it's the best thing I ever did. Of course, I should have done this years ago.
Of course, I got away with it.
Life hack, everybody.
Of course, I got away with it, Ben. It said get away right after it said Rob Banks.
Right.
So he was,
Do not get shot by police. Run away from cops. Retire in Spain successfully. And then the cops come, freeze! Like, it's not in the calendar, guys, I've told you.
The calendar explicitly says to keep moving, so can't freeze.
Oh, boy. Well, that was fun.
So I did take a big swing with that one. And
well, it turned into a very fun little... Oh, man. I laughed at the start. I thought, maybe I'm not going to lose. And then all that happened. I'm like, no, it's funny. I like that a lot. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Dear. Okay. Whew. Now
that will actually be a Today Tonight thing, though, as well. Meet the man who's addicted to his calendar. If it says it, I've got to do it. It's ruined his life.
Yeah. Use this is what they really need a warning. Like, use calendar responsibly.
Yeah, that's right.
like, where's that warning?
Just thrusting a microphone in your face while you're walking down the street. You're walking down the street like this, like a microphone right here, going, Rob, tell us about get the fuck away from me. Get away from me.
Yeah, exactly. Why did you attack your neighbor? Get out of here.
Yeah. And then it's like, I can't talk to the press until 4:45 tomorrow. That's when the calendar.
Look here, idiot. You'll get your statement then.
Brilliant. Oh, no. Ben, we're gonna move on for that because I reckon that'll go. Now, you said you had some cut it out. The whole thing. Cut all of the calendar bit out. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, wasn't that funny? Wasn't that funny?
Sorry, it just reminded me of someone who was on a film set once who kept calling cut, and it was like, what? What do you do? An actor? It was just like, it's like, okay, cut. It's like,
yeah. I didn't like that from one.
I didn't like that. Cut, guys. What are you doing, idiot? Sorry. Cut that. Get rid of it. I don't sign off on that.
You don't have a fucking choice. No,
Calendar says I'm not signing off on that. Okay.
Calendar says not to sign off. Yeah.
You said you had some honorable mentions, Ben, or something you wanted to do. What do you got?
Yes, like TikTok being addictive.
TikTok's a shocker. I was tempted to go with TikTok.
Surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you went with Calendar.
Because it's horribly addictive, TikTok. Once you get started on this video after video after video, it's just like it's really hard to pull away.
I only see TikTok sort of on Instagram. I think I'm on Instagram, and then I don't really go on Facebook anymore. I have like messaging for Facebook, but I very rarely go on that. But TikTok, I never got into, and I'm kind of glad about that because I know it's the amount of attention I have that I'd just be like, I'm in. Yeah,
I've actively avoided TikTok. Actively avoided it. So, I won't go on TikTok. I will never. I'm the same as you, Ben. I'll do Insta. Insta's always great. But it's the same kind of thing. It's the same idea. Like now they got the reels and stuff, so you're just kind of doing the same thing, sliding.
Just short videos. That side of things, TikTok, because it's and also the way that you can make. Like I saw some people down at Elizabeth Quay the other day, and they were like obviously doing a dance video for it, and the audiences that you can potentially reach these days as well. Millions. Just ridiculous. So that's intoxicating for people.
What is that? That definitely is. But
and also spreading the joy of dance.
That's true.
What's amazing about those ones though is when you start to slow down on certain types of videos, you'll start to see that type of video more frequently.
Yeah,
like the algorithm's really reading all your habits, and then you'll be like, "What the hell's going on here?"
But it's a passing phase. It's a passing phase. It's the way the quickness of how you scroll through these things. It means you might be famous one day, you might get a viral video that goes like 10 million people watch it, and then you'll be walking down the street thinking you're top shit. Yeah. And then it's like no one has any fucking idea who you are because they didn't look at your face because they would cool. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mental. Mental.
I used to have this idea for like a TV show, but it's the same sort of principle where it was like there was back in the UK there was a show called The Word, which was on like Friday nights, and it was called they said anything to get on TV. And I had this similar idea. It was like anything for the ratings. And this one guy had to make out with this woman who was in her 60s, 70s. And they're like, you have to, and he turned to the camera and he goes, I'll do anything to get on TV, even kiss his granny. And he turns around and they start violently kissing. And it was like, oh, God. It's the same. I remember it's the same principle of like, anything for the ratings, just like, I'm going to try and fight a can of Spam or just the more ludicrous you could get. That people would, whatever you could do just to kind of get people to stick around and watch.
That's the thing, that it hasn't changed though, right? Because like you said, that used to be a whole TV show, but now it's 10 seconds. That's all that's happened. It's gone from here to here.
And that's, I think about as well how shameless I was in my early, like now in my 40s, I'm like, okay. But in my early, if this were around when I was, younger, there would be so much footage that me looking at it now would be like, oh God. I would have been shameless with it. I just would have gone like, I want to be famous. Like, that ability. Now, I'm kind of glad that I'm a bit older now. I'm like, no, you don't need to do that, maybe. But the way that, so many people are up for it now. You can, me falling down the stairs got 1 million views.
Let's do it again, but from bigger stairs.
The TikTok craze I saw lately was people driving into traffic. And there was like a friend following another person as he was doing a wheelie on a motor on a dirt bike, and he'd like purposely like weave close to traffic and make the other car weave away. Yeah, and it was a TikTok trend.
Yeah,
and I saw one where the guy got clipped.
Good. I mean,
that's the stuff. That's the thing that got me. Like, I remember a friend of mine sends me TikTok, and I'm like, okay, I'll have a look, and it was like TikTok of cute dog running through sprinklers, chasing sprinklers. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I go to the next video, and there was like a motorcyclist just at a stop sign, at a traffic light. And then all of a sudden a car just comes along and just like the ladder has a massive accident. And the ladder just comes and cleans this guy's up. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I was just watching a dog play with a sprinkler. And now I have literally just seen someone die. Like, what the actual... I didn't consent to that. I don't want this. This is appalling.
But the thing
this wasn't in the calendar.
Where does it say in the calendar?
Witness murder. Witness death. It's not here. Damn it.
What is this? Put it in. I like this. I was listening to this audio book a while ago. Oh God, please put the author's name. I forget how to say his name properly, so I won't. But it was Stolen Focus: Why You Find It Hard to Concentrate, and it was talking about these apps. I think he did another book where he went off social media for quite some time. And then when he was talking to people from Google and lots of other, and they were looking at endless scroll and all of these things that they've created to kind of keep you, on. Because he said every second that you're on those platforms, they make money. And he said there are certain things that they can kind of appeal to keep you. So outrage. So that same thing where you're watching something cute and then you see something else that you're like, what did I just watch? Something that evokes an emotional response in you is more likely to keep you hooked or keep you looking and scrolling through.
Yeah.
So something that you're angry about or, whatever. And he made this really good point where he said, if these apps were a navigational app, you wanted it to get you from A to B, you would get rid of it because it would be defunct, because when you go on it, it's doing all of these other things to keep you, it's taking you completely out of your way to keep you on rather than putting it down.
Yeah, interesting.
And I was like, yeah, it always feels a bit like if you're over at someone's house and they didn't want you to leave and they were like, oh, before you go, I got puppies. I just got puppies. You love puppies. Come and have a look at them. Yeah. And then, you know what I mean? Any tactic that they could get to keep you, where you kind of go, nah, look, I really should be going to listen. My dad died, got hit by a ladder. You wouldn't believe it. Like, I'll show you the footage of it. And you're like, oh God, I guess I can't go now. It's whatever strategy there is, delaying tactic, it kind of always feels a bit like that. You're like, no, I've got to go. But there's always something else to sort of keep you on there. So that's all by design, apparently,
absolutely.
Johan Hari.
Yeah.
Johan Hari. That's the author of Stolen Focus.
Unlike an annoying friend.
Johan Hari.
Thank you. Yes. Sorry, Rob.
I was going to say, unlike an annoying friend, like if that happened in real life, like you would be very hesitant to go back to that friend's house.
Yeah.
You'd be like, every time they'd write you around, you're like, oh, I'm busy. The calendar's told me to rest. I can't come around that night.
Yeah.
But in social media terms, it's like you're going back to that same house every 5 minutes, every day. It's like going always back to the same annoying place that won't let you out. It's weird behavior. How as long as it's been around, I've known that it's kind of bad for me, or not really necessarily any benefit to it. Do you know what I mean? And I know that it's incredibly addictive. Yet, for whatever reason, I've still got social media apps, and I'm still using them less than before. And I've managed to curb a few, but it's a bizarre addiction that we all have, even though we know there's no real benefit to any of it. It's almost like there's trillions upon trillions of dollars, and some of the world's most smartest minds are sitting there investing endless time and money into finding ways to capture our attention. It's almost like we don't stand a chance against a mechanism like that.
Absolutely. They know they do. They have some of the smartest people on this, and I'm going to paraphrase from parts that I remember about this audio book. But the author was talking to heads of Google or people involved in along the way creating a lot of this technology, and they were saying, I don't let my kids use this. That they were like, I wonder if it's like, like a certain fast food chain that rhymes with McDonald's. Can I say it? But I wonder if people who sell McDonald's, kind of whether they eat it or whether they go, no, that's trash, we just sell it. People can't get enough of it. It's that kind of But all of that really, it is by design. It's like I mean,
it wouldn't be a very successful business model if it wasn't, I suppose. They didn't just stumble into that. They need to stumble into that going, let's just try this and see if it works.
But it's such a cynical idea, though, isn't it? That there are people there engineering that as long as you and the things that you see outrage you or again, it sort of evoke an emotional response.
But we continue to go back there because it's like when it first came out, it was like, oh, look, I can talk to my friends. My friends can post interesting articles. I can make little comments on things. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. And then we'd always ask the question, oh, this is how is Zuckerberg the richest man in the world? But, this app doesn't seem to make money. And then they were like, oh, no, they make money. They make money by selling all your data.
That's right.
And we were like, well, that's terrible. That's terrible. Will I still use the app? Of course I'll still be using it. Like we even know that it's not only is it not good for us, we know that they're doing it simply to sell all of our private personal information.
Yeah. And
the jig's up.
The crazy thing is, and here we are, we've just spoken about it for about half an hour now, because that's how invested we are in this whole world, in this whole lifestyle, because that's where we're just at. But Ben, before you go again,
go on.
We do have to rank. We have to wrap this bad boy up. We have to get to the business end of the pod.
Let's chat about this offline next time we're at a quiz night at the pub.
While the quiz is happening. We'll
Dallas,
Dallas, shush.
No, you're wrong. Turn it down, okay?
a very niche reference for those who attend the Hyde Park trivia every Tuesday night.
A little Easter egg for
it is a fascinating chat. We can definitely keep it going, but we have to rank Mr. Rob. You were the last person to rank, which means you have to go first.
Yes. So I'm going to go first. And even though I have an unhealthy addiction to the calendar, I think what I've learnt to know is that it's very much a Rob thing. And maybe it's not the most generous.
I'm sure there's others.
There must be other people out there. But I think also the fact that I enter in the information. So look, I'm going to Bartholomew myself. So Ben, there was... eons ago, we created a Favorite Pets episode, and there was a sloth called Bartholomew, and Liam, it was Liam's pet, and then Liam said, you know what, I'm going to place myself at last. So now whenever we put ourselves last, we Bartholomew ourselves. So I'm going to Bartholomew myself. I'm going to say the calendar is 3. And then I think the gambling is going to be 1, because I think that's a literal addiction. And so is social media, but I think gambling can really cost you big. Cost you big. And it's very nefarious in the way it's eaped itself into just like public broadcasting as well. Like there was a time when we stopped advertising stuff like this, and now it's
cigarettes.
Just like a free for all.
Cigarettes, you can't do that anymore.
Well, but then we've got kids smoking vapes. It's like we've just taken 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. Anyway, that's another quiz. That's a conversation.
That's another quiz conversation. Yeah.
So I think so gambling's going to have to be number 1, which means number 2. Even though I actually don't use Reddit, I've never used Reddit, but it's a social app, and I think socials are addictive. So I'm going to go Reddit as number 2. So that's my 1, 2, 3.
Perfectly said. I don't have much more to add to that because I'm pretty much going to rank exactly the same way. There's I think nothing more to say. Ben said it all in his little 5 minutes there. It was very well done. But yeah, same reasons. Sporting bets, addictive as all get out. Reddit / social media, also addictive, but not on the same level. And then the calendar.
Hey, you're just lucky that I've booked that's rank into my calendar for this evening, Liam. You're just lucky that's happened. Otherwise, I'd be doing something else right now. So,
okay. Behind the scenes, did you?
Did I what?
Did you book tonight in?
Is it in the can we see it? Is it in the calendar?
Yeah, can we see it?
Yeah. It is in the calendar. Yeah, it's in the calendar.
When did
it's on a fortnightly thing.
Are we going to see what else surrounds it? I want to
you
see
will,
all the other entries for the calendar.
No. That's why I'm just going to leave it to the day.
Yeah.
So I've actually cancelled. I've actually achieved all my stuff today because I've actually been sick today. So I basically moved stuff, and there it is.
Was being sick in the calendar?
There it is. Look.
That's rank. Being sick was not in the calendar.
Well, why'd you do it then?
But I was also meant to be going away. But I did this never left the calendar, even though I wasn't entirely sure if this was necessarily happening. It never left the calendar, Liam.
Good boy. Good to hear it. Now, Mr. Ben, your turn to rank. And you can put yourself first.
Sure. What would happen if we all put ourselves first?
Well, we didn't. We both put you first. So
no, but like if we all just decided like I was the best.
Well, it would become that's when the 2 and the 3. Yeah. I add the scores together.
Okay. All right.
We've had a draw once before, and then I think, what happened when we had a draw? It's only happened once.
Yeah, we just swore at each other until someone yielded.
Yeah.
Is it really conceited to go with?
No, we do it all the time. I often put myself as number 1.
Purely because I don't use Reddit and I never use calendar. some say I should.
Oh wow! I wish I could live so liberally, Ben. I wish I could live so well.
That's why this was like. I was like, "What are we doing? Great, okay, let's go." It's not in the calendar, but don't worry.
Well, this is actually quite rare. It's not often that we actually get a unanimous victor. Mr. Ben, you have won tonight's rank. The most addictive app is Gambling Apps. Now take your winnings straight over to Sportsbet.
And what's there's one where he had the glasses in his mouth and he was like, "Oh, don't eat it." You guys need like a sound effect, like a bah, 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 like for the
for the winner.
Yeah, just
what I do is I'll put
some little cheap payoff. So, you know what it is? It's gambling. It's the dopamine hit. I want. I'm just going I want something. I want lights and sounds and.
I'll tell you what, Ben. For the edit for this episode, I'll do something nice for you, so you can watch it back, and you can, and everyone else can watch it back on YouTube.
Shall we do it again? Let's do it again. Just
what do we do again?
Yeah. Oh no, we'll play this that we're doing it. We're like that we're playing it again. But I'm like, we'll do it, and this time I'll react to the stuff going on.
Okay. And this doesn't happen very often, but tonight number 1 is Ben. Oh, what? Ben! Yeah, that's you. Oh, look at it all. Oh, it's all for you, Ben.
It's getting on me.
You. Oh, it's everywhere. Oh, you've done it. Unbelievable.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, amazing. Oh, guys, it's actually been a lot of fun. It's been so much fun.
It was great.
But we must wrap now, as is courtesy. And no, not courtesy, it's tradition on the That's Rank podcast. We finish with a final thought. This final thought is something that might have come from this episode. And you know what? It might just be something completely different. But as a guest, would you like the final thought, Ben?
Sure. I thought this would never happen, and that the technical difficulties, I should say, would go to us. But we persevered, and we got through. And my final thought is, I will happily step in anytime to do this, gentlemen. It's great fun.
Beautiful.
It has been a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Ben. Thank you, Rob, as always. We'll see you next time.
I'll put you in my calendar.
Yeah, please do. Bye.